siku ya kwanza wana hype na sijui Matiang'i, siku ya pili wameanza kwa hype na Morara, siku nyingine wameanza kwa hype sijui na kina sijui ni Okiomtata. Like tumeanza like tuko na ile tunafuata wave ya mtu, tunafuata tunafika mahali tunapotelelea. Mpaka nimeangalia, nimejaribu kugauge, naona ni kama tukiendelea hivi watu wengi ni kama watu wengi hawatakuwa wana vote at that time, na ndio tunawahitaji. Kitu ya muhimu tukue consistent, tukue patient, tunaelewa kuna challenges. Tukifanya hivyo I think tutakuwa tumefika mbali, but tukianza kuwa na some differences sijui ati Morara hapana, sijui ati Morara amefanya nini. And what the question I do ask my colleagues, mkisema ama ukiuliza Morara amewasaidia na nini, hatujampea that opportunity ya kuingia mahali fulani atusaidie ABCD. Mimi nikiangalia from the speech ambayo unapeana every day, naangalia nasema tu uongozi uko ndani yako, leadership iko ndani yako, si mambo ya politics, uongozi uko ndani yako. The last speech unapeana huko kwa Martha Karua ki launch PLP ni speech yenye hata iliguza Wakenya wengi. Naangalianga sana, I do my analysis, naangalia naona vile watu wanaongea. So tusikue tunaongea tu kuongea like hatuna, like ni kama hatuna mwelekeo. Kitu ya muhimu tushike ID, tuanze kujipanga na kujituma. The differences zenye tutakuwa nazo zitafanya Kasongo pia arudi huko, arudi kwa power. So for now tusikue na differences, na ulifanya kitu mzuri sana kuungana na hawa wenzetu. Najua kwamba si watu wote wazuri, but sometimes inabidi tuungane na hawa watu wengine ndio tumuondoe adui wetu. Lakini tukianza kuwa na differences, itafika at that time upate kuna shida. Hata tukianza kutafuta kura itakuwa shida. So kitu ya muhimu saa hii tunataka to gain trust ya Wakenya, na kitu kingine tukue tumejituma sana kwa ground. Tusikue tunajituma huko social media pekee. Watu tunaongea social media and then tunafika huko kwa ground unapata mambo ni different. Kitu ya muhimu tufanyie civic education watu wa ground. Naelewa sana kuna wale watu ambao wako mashinani they'll be not getting the information ambao tuna share social media. It's good the information yenye tuko nayo hapa, the civic education huwa tunafanya hapa social media pia tuifanye kwa mashinani, kila mtu aipate. At least itatupush sisi kama watu wa inject, sisi kama watu ambao tuko opposition, sisi kama watu ambao ni adui wa Ruto, tukue move on na tukue tuko na good numbers. Natumai kwamba ikifika 2027 tutakuwa tumesonga kiwango kingine kikubwa sana. So kwa saa hii kiongozi, usikue na wasiwasi, sisi tuko nyuma yako. Mimi wana inject mahali popote tu niko na inject. Sometimes wanajaribu kunyamaza. Nakaa kidogo naona Kasongo ameenda kwingine, ameanza ku relaunch the project zenye zilikuwa zimefanywa na sijui ni Uhuru Kenyatta. Na hii kitu inaniuma, nasema hapana, naingia na inject. So Wakenya wenzangu, kitu ya muhimu sasa tunafaa tufanye ni inject. Tukue tuna inject tu. Ukipata kama kuna kitu mbaya, let's inject. Tusiogope mwanaume bana. Ruto ni mwanaume, mambo ya kuogopa sijui utakuwa abducted, hakuna kitu kama hiyo. Sisi ni wanaume kama Kaongo. Tuungane sisi kama wanaume, tu inject. Kama kuna shida mahali tunasema kuna shida. Na the last thing yenye nimerealize, wa Kenya siku hizi tunapanga kitu, tunasema sijui tunaenda huko tunaenda hii kanisa yenye tutaenda kuinject hii ya winners. Tutapanga tunaenda kuinject. Shida Wakenya wanakaa social media kungojea nani ataenda. It's good sisi kama tumeamua kuinject, tunatokea sisi wote, tunaenda pale, tuna inject. Lakini ikikuwa tunapanga social media hapa ama tunapanga kwa TikTok, tunapanga X, tunafika huko hakuna mtu mwenye anatokea, ni aibu sana na ni kitu mbaya sana. Na hiyo inampea morali Mr. Ruto. Huyo mimi siwezi muita president ama sijui his excellence. From the word go alianza kutufanyia vibaya. Huyo hata tunafaa kumuita Kaongo juu ni mtu wa maongo tu.
Thank you. Asante sana kiongozi. KU was home and we'll continue to meet up. Asante kwa kuja ofisi ile siku ambayo ulikuja. I'm sure we had a really great discussion and you enjoyed it. And I believe we'll talk more. With regards to the launch, Inject Party, the official launch, because the party is already there. the question is, when are we doing our official launch? I believe we'll converse with some of our friends here, even Peter Kioi atatoa mchango yake, so that we see somewhere around probably April is a good opportunity for us to do a launch. April, May or even June. There's no hurry. We are still in 2025 and the election is in 2027. All right, thank you so much. Now the next gentleman that is coming up has been a friend indeed, and he has stood with us and fought with us through pain and everything, and he has even participated kunisaidia when I was arrested and put in prison. So, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Peter Kioi.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. Greetings, good evening.
Good evening.
Venom Ngechi, Paul, Madam Sue, Tish, Aziz, comment section, and everybody that is watching on FYP. How are you? Mukopo?
Good.
I don't want to take a lot of time in this because the discussion is very simple and clear. We have one enemy, that is William Samuel Ruto. And we have one opposition, that is the Inject Party and the people following Inject. Any other person that is not in the Inject are not enemies. Anybody that is not in the Inject Party is an enemy. Anybody that is Ruto is an enemy. That is the reality. And so far, so good. I love the courage that you have. And I want to talk about the economy that is right now, that is depressing a lot of Kenyans. If I talk right now about the medication, about the schools, about the infrastructure, to be precise, absolutely Kenyans are mad, and so mad. So right now, as we speak, we have already decided that we are going to give thanks to William Ruto for giving 20 million to a church at Jesus Winners Ministry. So we are going to thank you and kusindikisha also William. We are going to give also another 20 million in that church, so that tukitoka nje tukue na 40. So at least tukue tumeenda tumesema thank you na tukapatiwa ile kwa heri ya wageni. And when we say this, we mean it. I want to say thank you for TikTok family, because if they say they occupy, they occupy. So for that, in that matter, hiyo siku tukutaneni huko, tuende tukacheze pamoja, tukadance pamoja, lakini mwisho wa siku tuulize swali. Je, hapa Yesu alianza kuitisha 20 million lini? Because I believe churches are the ones to donate. Churches are the ones to give, to build schools, for infrastructure, for medication, for poor families. That is what the church is meant for. Si kuchukua sadaka na kukula. So I mean, Ruto, we are coming to help you open your eyes to see that the church should give and not to take. Something else that I will tell you is that I will ask some simple questions here. Is that are Kenyans aware that 120 million is what it takes for four wards in a constituency to do its developments? So 4 constituencies have been taken to one church. So let's say that we have a constituency known as Jesus Winners. So it has 4 wards in it, and we are going to know which wards are these. So it's not a big problem, and those who are saying do not occupy this because you don't know who are there, who are leading, do not mind. We have no problem. We are not coming for war. We are just coming to take what is ours. Because I'm so amused that what is working in this country as in Kenya is only KRA. KRA is only what is working in this country. SHA is not working. And if I can remind you, Mr. Kibaso Morara, is that Adani deals came with the SHA in it. So Adani died and left SHA to replace Adani. So it will not work like that. The NHIF was stolen by SHA. Okay. Now, what about the schools that have been to be built in Turkana? Watoto wanakaa chini ya mti, lakini 20 million inapelekwa kanisani. Watoto hawana madesk, lakini 20 million inapelekwa kanisani. Hawana maji, lakini 20 million zinapelekwa kanisani. Kutoka Loitoktok kwenda na huko kuelekea na Taita Taveta hakuna barabara, lakini 20 million inapelekwa kanisani. Hapo kwenu kwa kijiji yenu kuna watu wanalala njaa saa hii. I am sure kuna wazazi ambao saa hii wanawake ambao hawana mlinda mama, hawana pesa, NHIF haifanyi, wazee hawana kazi na wako maternity. Tell me of the bills that you're going to pay. Tell me of the student that is starving hungry right now and they have nothing to eat. Tell me of a parent that is not able to pay for school fee na anahitaji wazazi watoto wao wasome kesho wakuwe watu wengine. So trust you me, SHA is working in a very small portion now for some individuals, but trust you me, they said that in 100 days just after resuming the office or assuming the office, we'll see matendo yao. Matendo yao imekuwa ya ulaghai, ya ubinafsi, ya kujionyesha huku na kule, na kanisa imetaniwa ikakuwa wash. So it is time to sanitize. I don't want to talk much. Kibaso, Morara, I stand with you. I'm with you. Na kuna kitu nataka kukuongezea. Hiyo mambo ya kusema unataka tunataka kuita one of the CS. Right now we have a TikTok High Court. Just give us the name of the person you want us to bring to the High Court. Akikataa kuja in 2 days, we occupy the office. We bring the office to TikTok. And that one I will lead from the forefront. I don't even care about the bullet, ama kuwa hanged, ama kukatokatwa na mapanga. That one is what I will do. I will occupy, and in this Sunday, I will be in the forefront again. And the fear is gone. Thank you, and may God bless you.
Asante sana. I think we'll just bring Alfred Mutua. He must be the first one on the chopping board. We have to bring Alfred Mutua so that he tells us what he is doing about Kenyans who are in the Middle East, who are in Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Kuwait, and what they are going through there. Tuambie what he is doing about it. Alafu pia tumuulize hii pesa ambayo amekuwa akicollect kutoka kwa vijana wa Kenya akiwa promise kazi ng'ambo, ni wangapi amepeleka, atupe majina, namba ya simu na ID, tuwafuatilie sisi wenyewe tuweze kujua. I think that is the first person that we need to invite here, because one of the biggest problems that we have in Kenya is jobs. As they are stealing money, we need to get jobs for people to live, work and grow. Kwa hivyo huko uzuri mimi ni wakili, na kuja huko kwa High Court nilete kesi na niwekelee kwa meza, tuite Alfred Mutua hapa TikTok, na sijifanye hatia ni mkubwa sana. Rais aliitwa X on Twitter na alienda. Kwa hivyo huyo Alfred Mutua tukimuita hapa katae kuja, we will just request the court to issue a warrant of arrest na tumuendee sisi wenyewe, because hata tuzoea. Tukimalizana naye lazima tutaita CS wa health pia ya kuja atuelezee mambo ya SHA. Tukimalizana na CS wa health lazima tutaita pia ule wa roads akuja atuambie mambo ya barabara. Tuanze kwanza na huyo Alfred Mutua, kwa sababu naona ni kama kidogo amekuwa ni mjeuri. Kwa hivyo hiyo kesi hii wiki ilale kwa koti, isilale kwa mikono yetu ama kwa midomo yetu. We have to take it to court. Thank you, Peter. So the ladies are finally here. We have Trish, we have Sue, we have Aziz. I think we begin with Sue. Sue, you go first.
Yeah, thank you so much, Kibaso Morara, our president, whom we have very much hopes in. And we are looking forward to this time that you're going to be sworn in this office and start acting. I want to say that I'm so grateful to be in this to be on this platform, and especially to share a platform with you. It is something that I've looked towards for. Even if I've not met you in person, at least I've met you halfway, digitally. This is already something. The other thing I would want to put across, and especially on the thing that you have discussed about Mutua, I would first of all, let me just say that I'm representing the people in diaspora. I'm in Germany. And I want to tell you that it is an insult on a wood when a government is initiating an issue of labor mobility, where a government is initiating that our brains should be taken to these countries. Honestly speaking, there is no, like where I am in Germany, there's no brain from Kenya that will be acknowledged here. So in case if you come with your degree, you'll have to stoop low. You have to be under these wazungus. So it is a colonization in one way or the other. And I don't think that is the case, because our people, our young people went to school with the hope of being employed and absorbed in our country and serve the country. So when this is the only resource that we have, social capital. So when we bring our people out there, what are we trying to do? And again, after taking them to these countries, do they follow up to see the welfare of these people is taken care of? They don't. They don't really care. And even then, what do they get in exchange? I remember the president was here in Germany severally. You saw on TVs. And what was negotiated, it is unfortunate because whatever they spoke inside the chambers is not what our president came and told us. As usual, because he's a liar, he came and lied. But mzungu naye ni muongo kimpango, lakini muongo wake bado haujafika wa kasongo. Yeye akasema now, he was also amazed and surprised of what the president is talking of, that he has job opportunities for immigrants here. Unfortunately, that is not the case. The government, they spoke over something which they sold, or there's something that is discussed which had nothing to do with Mwananchi. It was not to benefit Mwananchi whatsoever. What they discussed was to benefit both of them. And that is why we are really angry. I think we want Kenya to become a better place. We return. We are not comfortable here. We are. We want to come back to our country. We want to bring back our euros that we have gathered here. Because I don't believe there's anyone who goes to any place. Wezi enda ugenini, ukakufanya kwako. Hizi barabara tunapitia huku, they were costed money from the people who are the owner of these countries worked for the money. So we have our beautiful country which has the best resources. If it were not for the misappropriation that is done daily, pesa zinapelekwa mfuko huu, tungekuwa mahali. There's one thing I would want to ask you, Mr. Morara Kibaso. What assurance are you giving us that we are going to have a different government from what we are having? Because we are having an issue. Every time somebody comes on power, he comes with his people to reward. Unakuja na kasaiko kako ka watu. Lazima nikupee, wewe usijali ni support. Ukifika pale nitakuwa patia CS wa hiki, nitakupatia CS wa kile. Sasa mwishowe inakuwa we are recycling the same method. And I don't think if we use the same method to bring forth leaders that we are going to expect any different results from what we have been having. It will just be the same song. So what assurance are we having that at least this time round, we are going to have people who are going to represent us as a people, and people who are not going to represent a certain group and a certain community. And that is why we are shunning this issue of tribalism. We don't want to hear anyone talking of that our people are done this, our people are done this, because no one chose to be born where we are born. I never chose to be born a Kikuyu. In any case, I don't even think if I was given an opportunity to choose, maybe I would not have chosen to. So the thing is, we don't care where anyone is born. We are equal Kenyans. Even if a person is coming from the minority, he or she is a Kenyan and deserves the best. A road that is, if Kiambu deserves a road, Moyale deserves a road, Kitale deserves a road, and everybody deserves a road. If any citizen needs a hospital, every person who belongs to the four walls of Kenya deserves this. So we want a leader who is not going to represent a certain community or a certain person or a certain group of people because they supported me, they supported this. I think gone are those times that we expect these leaders to give us handouts and come with two marestos ma-t-shirt za nini sijui pamoja sijui nini wheelbarrow sijui nini mpaka wamama ndio wanalala nazo. Hapo tumefika mahali pa kusupport our politicians ndio waweze kukua na nini na mobility. Si eti tu support Morara aweze kukula pizza. We support Morara ndio akuwe na fuel ya kuenda kwa the other county, ya kuenda to the other wherever, aende akapreach the gospel of what we need to know. From there, he'll be our project. Tutamuuliza Morara, what are you doing? You promised us this, you promised us this, we promised us this. By the moment vijana watajipanga barabarani wapokee hongo ya shilingi 100 na shilingi 200 na chang'aa, what is going to happen? Ujue biashara yako na huyo politician imeishia hapo. Akishafika kule ataenda kurudisha pesa zake. Na ndio maana uwezi muita, he's not obliged to come to you to answer anything. So it is us to hold these people accountable. By what? By not expecting them to do anything before they sit in power. Kenya is not poor. Kenya has resources. We only need managers to manage our resources. Thank you. I'll just stop hapo nisichemke.
Thank you so much, Sue. And I do know that the people who are in Germany really want to come back to Kenya. Probably since you represent the diaspora, there's one point I wanted to add you. There's this problem where Thirikari appoint ambassadors and high commissioners who are just, failed politicians who do not have the credentials. and you find an ambassador has come to maybe Germany or has gone to China or the US, but what they are doing there ni wameenda kuwa watalii. They are not taking care of the welfare of the people who are there. They are not trying to advocate for new opportunities for their people. Wao wamekuja tu kutembea, and this is a problem because ndio ime result even in us having a very weak foreign policy and very weak foreign relations with other countries. So that is another thing that we may want to fix, especially hiyo mambo ya kupea ambassadors to people who do not qualify. My personal opinion is that Kenyans who live in those countries, Kenyans who live in Germany, Kenyans who live in the US, Kenyans who live in China, to be prioritized. Kenyans who live in Saudi Arabia, Kenyans who live in Qatar, wawepewe priority ya being appointed as the ambassadors in those countries, because somebody who's lived in that country knows the culture, knows the people, and then knows what kind of opportunities they should be seeking for the people over there. What do you think, Sue?
Very good one. Actually, we were discussing with one of my partner. We have an association here, or a network of Kenyans professionals who are here in Germany, and we normally feel adulterated or not given the what do we call it, the position that we deserve. You just find that there's a doctor who is a German, who is a Kenyan, a doctor who is practicing here. If Kenya was, I don't think we need to take these doctors from Kenya and bring them to Germany, whereas we are having hospitals with no doctors in Kenya. In any case, these people have come to school here, they have studied here. We just have to come to these countries and gather what is here and take it back home. And on that very point that you've talked of having an ambassador who has lived here in Germany, yes, it is that should be the case. We have been having ambassadors who cannot even when Germans speak the German, they can't understand. Watasengenywa wakiwa pale because they don't know the language, and they're not even able to learn the language within the times of service. So, and because we have Kenyans who have lived here for even 25, 30 years, they are very eloquent in this language, and they can still speak Swahili and English eloquently. They are the people to represent us because they know our problems. Otherwise, any other person coming from there, these are the jobs that are. That's why I brought this question to you, Mr. Morara, because I have voted. Personally, I have voted maybe twice. I'm not a Gen Z, but I'm a friend to Gen Z. Is that allowed? Yeah, so I would say I've seen people voting, rewarding these ambassadorial jobs at the rewards these people get. Usijali wewe nishikilie, nitakupatia ukuwe ambassador wa Germany. So it doesn't matter whether you have qualifications or not. It doesn't matter whether you went to enough school or not. It doesn't matter whether it's an area of you are interested in. All it matters is that it is a reward. Na nani anakataa zawadi na umeshikiliwa na government? But like we had a very good ambassador who was here before, but after this government got into power, he was chased away. And that is for the first time in history, we had a governor we could speak to, an ambassador whom we felt this is a person who knows our interest. We could apply for IDs, we could apply for some documents that we need in the embassy, and they were available. Today it is I don't know, it is crazy here. The other thing I would want to ask you, Mr. Morara Kibaso, when are we as the diaspora, because this is County 48, it needs to be recognized, and we also want to take part. We are still Kenyans. Personally, I'm still a Kenyan by birth and even by as a citizen, because I've not changed my nationality. I'm still a Kenyan, so I can vote and I vote. I would want us to be recognized, and once you open that opportunity of us being able to register in your party, we will be very grateful. I would want us to have that platform. I would even want to invite you to come and talk to the people in diaspora here in Germany. I can organize also that if you want. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'll be there around May. We'll have that conversation. Asante sana. Okay, so now my moderator, Hillary Kiprop, we've been doing this this is 2 hours now, 2.5 hours. We've been doing this for 2.5 hours. So Hillary Kiprop, you can halt kupandisha watu so that hawa waongee kwanza. Tutasimamisha kwanza kupandisha watu so that this one speak first, because we've been on this for 2.5 hours. I also need to eat. I'm a bit tired. Let's go to Aziz, then we go to Trish, then from Trish we go to Venon, from Venon we'll go to Brian. Aziz, take it away. Aziza, or is it Azi? Okay. Since she's not ready, Trish, please just take it away.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm so excited. I got pulled up. Anyway, I just wanted to say you're doing a good job. You made me realize how rich Kenya is. If only we had good leadership, our country would be so advanced. I've become so involved in politics ever since you started releasing the Vampire Diaries. So you're doing a good job. Another thing I wanted to say is you made us realize why we pay a lot of black tax, because the government is negligent. So it's left to individuals who have an income to fill in, like when people have medical expenses, education expenses, their family members who have an income have to chip in where the government should actually be sorting. So you've really opened people's eyes. Another thing I wanted to say is because a lot of young people listen to you, it would be nice for you to organize a forum whereby you educate, especially these jobless young men who are used by politicians as goons. Because I've been watching some guys who have been used as goons. They're almost 40 years old, but still they're under a politician's spell where they're used to throw stones and mete out violence. Another thing I wanted to say is now that you've joined these veteran politicians, remain principled. Usibebewe akili. And the last thing is, I want to say is I'm relieved that your party registration is progressing, because some time back I thought maybe these guys are trying to frustrate you, because whether people like you or not, you're a force to be reckoned with. So I'm happy about that. And the last thing is, God bless you, keep safe. We'll keep praying for you and we'll keep supporting you, so long as you don't go astray. And that's it.
Thank you so much, Tris. I take the advice very seriously, and thank you for the prayers. Yes, I'll not disappoint you. Santi. All right, so Brian, you're here. I don't know where Venon went to, it dropped off, but since you're here, you can crown it all. Then I'll finish. Brian?
Okay, thank you, Brother Morara. Number one, mine is to congratulate you. The last time you made a public appearance during the PPLP party, I was also there. You made a very good speech. Inject party leader. So mine is just to dive direct to the issues we have at hand. I'm also in great support of the Occupy about our president giving 100 million. You know, it is very hypocritical that a church donation of 100 million, and we have children who are studying under the trees. I don't know if you really watched that. From his home region, students who are sitting on stones to go to be attended to under the trees while a church is being donated 100 million. So I believe as the youth, we need to take a step. We also need to make our voices heard, and some of us here are following up on what you're doing, and we are waiting when you tell us this is the way to follow, and we shall be there to support you and to call upon other comrades to liberate this country. At the same time, mine is also to touch on the issues they have also raised. Like there's an issue about diplomacy. We've seen our president allow alternative governments like the RSF having a meeting on our soil. That shows how Ruto, how Kasongo is soiling our reputation as the Kenyan people, and we are not going to support that. So I'm really in support of what we are doing. I'm really in support of this cause by Mheshimiwa Morara, and I believe together we are going to liberate our nation. Other youths, those who are also texting here, I believe that all of us, if we come together, agree to speak in one voice, power belongs to the people, and the people decide what they want for themselves. And I've always said, and I'll say it here again, that President Ruto lost it on 25th June last year. We no longer have a president called William Ruto. We are waiting to have an election to get leaders, because he lost the trust of the public, and that is where power comes from. So Morara, keep going, and I want to believe that on Sunday we are going to occupy, and we are ready. We are ready. You just give us a go ahead, and we shall be there to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brian. Asante sana. It was a wonderful conversation. It's exactly 10 o'clock. Mefika saa 4 usiku hapa nchini Kenya. Kwanza kabisa ni washukuru nyinyi wote kwa kuja kwenye live, and to remind you that I love you and that I remember you in every decision that I make, and that I will not forget about you, and that your interests are my interests. Kwa hivyo, let's agree. At least weekly, we must have one live on TikTok. So kila wiki, lazima tuwe na live moja on TikTok. Kama nimewakosea, mnaniambia nimewakosea. Kama kazi ni nzuri, tuna congratulate each other, we keep it moving. Thank you for all those who support us. I know it's not easy, but if we continue walking together this journey, tutapata ile mabadiliko ambayo tunataka. Mimi kama kijana, and as the first youth to ever represent youth at that highest level of opposition, I ask all of you to back me up, to support me, because I'm reliant on your support. Without you, I'm nothing, and without you, I'll not succeed. But I'm asking you to walk that journey with me, msiniachilie. I've not joined Ruto. I've not joined anybody related to Ruto. I'm just working with other leaders of opposition so that we have a united front against this government. And as I work with these leaders of opposition, Martha Karua, Gachgua, there's Eugene Wamalwa and Jimmy Wanjigi. Some of these leaders, some of them, they may have integrity issues. You Kenyans know them better than me, because some of you are even older than me and have watched their political journey to this day. Now, I don't want to be the one to deal with it now. The reason is, as we are fighting William Ruto, we can't fight amongst ourselves. But let us make sure that the government that we bring in is not a government of someone who is corrupt. So we will have to be very keen on who in this coalition will be president and who will be deputy president. Those two people must be people of integrity. And I believe even Maraga will join in, and Okia will join in, and will form one united front against William Ruto. And if we are going to form a united front against William Ruto, then we have to make sure that that government is not a corrupt government. I want to assure you that if you elect me as your president, then corruption will be a thing of the past, and that will fix the problems that we have in Kenya. For all the young people who are looking up to inject and who are looking up to me for leadership and to be like a source of inspiration, I just want to let you know that I'm here, I'm listening to you, I know what you're going through, and I'll always walk this journey with you. And I know that one of these days tutaweka live moja yenye hata si ya kuongelea siasa, nikuje tu hata ni wa inspire mambo ya biashara, how to start a business, how to go about it. I think I need to have a live about business and how you can invest, how you can start a business, how to, I think that will be a very important thing to do. as we conclude, me, I'm a Christian, so I'm not assuming all of you are Christians. Some of you are Muslims, but I like to pray. So maybe